All right, Happy New Year. This is a quick update on how the garden is doing. Let's see here. I've got this big old mess over here that needs to be cleaned up. But let's start with some of the damage that this garden has suffered as a result of this goat. I got a new fence from my neighbor, okay, and he helped me reinforce it. I pulled up all the peas that were here. He he just massacred them. There was nothing to be had. I think I had a handful of peas. They were delicious, and this was the last of them. And so what I'll end up doing is just moving this thing entirely. I might just move it to the backyard. I'm not even going to give him an opportunity. Everything in here is coming up. The garlic. This is some kale plants that I had, and I thought about just getting rid of them, but I took them out of the green stock and I just transplanted them in here. So I've had them for over a year now. I planted them last spring. These are the peppers that I'm trying to overwinter. I don't know what will come of them. It's just kind of an experiment. So I've left just the bare bark. The garlic in here has all come up just about, except here there's a patch where nothing has grown. My challenges is sun. I'm very challenged with sun. So I'm not entirely surprised. None of my carrots that I planted in here came up. This is just more greens, kale, collard greens. They can take a little bit of shade. Well, they could take a lot of shade. A lot of the stuff in here has grown. I have cut and come again off this arugula. It is absolutely delicious. The bitter, the better. I'm enjoying it. More kale, some collard greens. Some of my beets have really done well in here. And this is more arugula. Okay, it looks like I'm getting a garlic in here, which I thought was, oh, and another garlic. I thought this area wasn't going to do anything, but eventually some of this garlic is coming up. A lot of this garlic has come up. That goat does not know that I have these peas back here. These are my beautiful peas. I hope they can set fruit before the frost takes them out. Mercy. Okay, fava beans. I did not pull some of these fava beans out, and they have pulled through. And I'm going to take this slug off and get rid of him. He is not a friend of the garden. He is a foe. I stuck more kale in here. This is my old kale from last spring. Okay, I just took it out of the green stock, stuck it in here. All these peas are finally setting flower. I'm hoping I could get me some peas. A lot of the beets, this is just some ground covering plants that I stuck in here. Beets and turnips that really desperately need to be thinned out. All right, so that's just kind of how this garden is doing. We've gotten tons of rain. I've not had to do anything in terms of watering or looking after these crops. Some of the garlic that I planted here along the line, just along the corners, have come up. They're very slow growing. I knew I was challenged with sun. I mean, this is just where this garden is positioned. It just doesn't get much sun. So just a quickie update on the garden.